Hello everyone, welcome to another walkthrough guide of Kingdom Rush. This is the Citadel campaign level on normal difficulty. There is no harder difficulty, so let's go ahead and take a look at my upgrades. I will once again be really relying on archers and the legionnaires as well, and then get this game underway. There is going to be some magic users as well, as I do like the abilities that magic users are able to destroy some of the armor on heavily armored units. Now, you're going to see that you do get an Arcane Wizard and you get the Holy Order, but really the Holy Order and Barracks in general, I really don't like them all that much. I guess I can explain why a little bit more later on, but in general, they just don't impress me at all, so I will perhaps not be using them, most likely not be using them very much at all. And you also start off with a couple knights. So the knights, this is the Citadel, so there is some base defense already set up for you. It is a rather nice touch. It definitely does help you out, as since you already have some natural base defense. I will be upgrading these towers into archers as quickly as possible. I also want to keep my guys alive as long as possible, so go ahead and do that. And now bring in another group of guys here. Now, the reason why you have the mage towers here is that you want to be able to start slowing them down, and the mage towers coupled with the ranger towers ultimately open up for one of the most deadly combinations out there, and you're going to show that I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and call in another wave of knights, and now another wave of knights here, and it is a new enemy, slow armor, slow speed, but very heavy armor. So the slow speed heavy armor means that the benefits of the mage are really going to start to show through just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this mage tower as well, and I really need to upgrade this mage tower. This side's perhaps a little bit lacking right now. A little bit of a unbalanced design so far, perhaps a little bit of a mistake on my end, but no real big deal, as I should be able to handle this wave with no real issues whatsoever. I'll go ahead and upgrade that tower. And you're going to see a lot of these goblins dying rather quickly, and then the militia and the legionnaires are going to be, or the conscripts will be able to handle this without any real issue whatsoever. Now, as the game goes on, the reason why I really like these mage towers and these ranger towers is the teleporting ability on these, on the wizard towers, the level 4 wizard towers. You can teleport units back, and then as you teleport units back and start using the Wrath of the Forest, and that causes traps, you really start to enable yourself to deal a lot more damage than you would normally. You can see that there are a lot of goblins down over here, but luckily my mage towers are intercepting them pretty easily, and now in comes the gargoyles as well. So gargoyles are going to be a bit of an issue. They are flying, so and any of the ground reinforcements are not really going to work at all, and they do heal up just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do double archers there, and now call in these gargoyles. The gargoyles are flying units. They're flying and their average speed, so they are simply going to fly over your army. You're not going to be able to intercept them with any of your barracks units, and that's really why after a while I don't care for the barracks at all. The barracks don't attack air, and the archers deal so much damage anyways that it really becomes a moot point to really try to get anything else. I'm going to go ahead and perhaps call in fire sometime around where do I do it here? I will do it right there. So calling, I thought there'd be more guys coming in from behind. So I'm going to go and call in fire, going to split up this wave just a little bit, and then there's going to be even larger guys as well, so I will go ahead and upgrade that armor, just upgrade those towers just a little bit more. Bandits and shadow archers coming in from both sides. Let's see, I'll call in the wave early, do that and that as well. Those bandits are going to pretty much fall very, very quickly to the archers, and the mage towers are able to get through that very heavy armor very, very quickly. And now in comes the shadow archers. The shadow archers have a ranged attack, and that's another reason why I don't like barracks early on. the barracks, you have to end up microing your barracks so that you change the rally point to the shadow archers. If you don't, those shadow archers will actually kill all of your barracks units, and the more micro that you have to do, the more difficult the game becomes. So if you have a way of minimizing your micro, why not do so? I know I am talking about it like it is StarCraft 2. There in micro and macro. Well, there really is no macro in the game, but I'm sure you guys pretty much understand what I mean. You can see that those shadow archers are just dealing damage right now. You can see them just dealing a lot of damage here. Let's go ahead and see if I can. I want to keep my knights alive. Oh, dang it! I didn't keep all of my knights alive. But let's go ahead and upgrade as well, making sure to take down those units. I should have no problem here whatsoever. And now let's go ahead and summon another conscript here. And now I'm going to get even more gargoyles. So gargoyles galore, but the gargoyles are almost a time for my knights to regenerate some hit points, as the gargoyles are just going to simply fall very, very quickly to my ranger towers that are already set up. And also give me a little bit more cooldown on my Rain of Fire. I have the Rain of Fire, the cooldown is now set to 60 seconds as opposed to the normal 80, and that should help me out in any tight situations. And let's go ahead and summon that there, and do this, summon another wave here. Now, sure, why not? Completely decimate and destroy all of these orcs as they're coming in, and I guess I could have done it for the larger wave, but you really want to see a lot of guys dying all at once. And even the Scorched Earth has lasted so long that both sides, that even some units are getting destroyed well after that. So very, very nice. I also have the Wrath of the Forest now in play. It's a trap. I can go ahead and stop them in their tracks, and they're not going to be able to pass by at all. Some Dark Knights. That should be absolutely no problem for me whatsoever. Go ahead and summon the wave early and get in some more. Should I just... Let's just end this wave early. Oh, look at that. Alright, so Wrath of the Forest, both sides completely leveled up. More knights now coming in. I can summon even more knights and some shadow archers as well. Shadow archers may be a bit of a problem later on, so I am gonna wait, summon that there. You can see the Wrath of the Forest coming in, rooting all of those guys and causing a bit of issues. I'm gonna go ahead and try to also intercept these guys here so that they can't take down that one lone knight. I really want to try to keep my knights alive. Now, one of the benefits of Wrath of the Forest is that it does deal magic, or it deals full damage even to these heavily armored units. So by having these heavily armored units, or having Wrath of the Forest, it actually deals a decent amount of damage, even though it normally only does physical damage. So that's one of the reasons why I like it. You can also see that these guys over here did take a little bit of damage before trying to get into position, and those Shadow Archers pretty much don't stand a chance at all. Go ahead and burn through another wave of Dark Knights once more. And now, you shall not pass.
You shall not pass.
Yep, this is where it starts to get fun, when you can start teleporting units back and forth. And those guys just end up getting constantly teleported back and back and back and back until the very, very start. It becomes really interesting, where teleport back, and then they get rooted, and then they get teleported back, and then they get rooted, and get teleported back, and get rooted. So this combination of towers, if you know how to set it up correctly, can win you about like 70 to 80% of the rest of the games, or the rest of your battles. As you can see, just constant teleportation. Then now you just upgrade these archer towers in the back just in case those wolves do try to get through. But really, it's all just essentially icing now. You're able to slow down the wolves if they do make it through. You have a really nice kill zone right in here. Gargoyles are now going to be added. You've seen how ineffective the gargoyles are. I'm gonna add additional towers here. Oh, come on. I'm going to go ahead and add or upgrade these towers here, and then at level 17 over 17 I can also add additional towers here and here. So the teleport, you can see how fast these upgraded these upgraded mage towers are going to deal that damage. Really push this back. Constantly teleporting them. I don't even think they're going to really get into these towers over here. If they do, they'll fall rather quickly. Really not an issue. I'll go ahead and upgrade that one. And let's see. Yep, constantly being teleported back. And more than enough to handle it. Now, when the waves do get larger, you can upgrade the teleport as it upgrades an additional unit. It does help just a little bit, but I find that it doesn't really matter in the early portions of the game when you're not getting constantly flooded. Right now, there's 4 units over here. I can teleport them all, or three of those units all at once. No real problem whatsoever as I'm continuing to cast. Yes, dear. I'm casting. All right, honey just came home. For all of you guys who do not know, I am married. So gonna go ahead and do a little bit more Wrath of the Forest once again. No, I want to save that knight. Did I save him? Yes, I did. So yep, saving that knight over there. And now in comes the Juggernaut. All right, the Juggernaut is essentially the boss of this stage, able to come in and deal a lot of damage very quickly. Just, hit him whenever you can. Hit him with a fire. And try to get him to stand in the fire as long as you can, but he is able to deal a lot of damage very quickly. And he also has a very annoying rocket missile that just summons units all over the place if you're not very careful. Go ahead and just continue to fight as he brings in more and more. Oh, what the heck? They're not supposed to be able to do that. Alright, I lost 1 life. So sue me. In all the times I've played this, I have never lost a life on this level. Maybe I need a little bit more archers here. Here, I'll get some other barracks to slow down guys. Make sure that they don't sneak by. Now, the bosses cannot be teleported back, so if you're wondering about that, and that's the reason why they can't be teleported. No real worries though. This guy is going to come in over here, walk up over here, and then walk through here, I believe, which means that he's going to be hitting the majority of my towers. It's not going to be a problem. And I am going to end up finish this wave with 19 over 19. Not exactly what, or 19 life as opposed to 20. Not exactly what I wanted to show you. But, and then again, this is already a 15 or 14 minute video. So I was able to keep 3 or 4 knights alive, and I did earn 3 stars. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the campaign version of Citadel. Yep. Only barracks towers toward the end. If I had built an additional barracks tower, perhaps I wouldn't have lost a life. But then again, I got overconfident with these archer towers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.